The biography of Claude Monet. In this video, we will see Monet's biography. The French artist of the Impressionist movement, most famous in the entire history of art. Oscar Claude Monet. He was born in Paris, France, on November 14, 1840. And he died in Giverny, France, on December 5, 1926. Monet was the key figure in the Impressionist movement. In fact, it was a painting of his that gave the movement its name. His innovations in the study of color and light caused as much admiration as rejection, but as we well know, he was just ahead of his time to be considered an innovator and to be successful at the same time. Caricature artist since he was a child, he already painted landscapes and seascapes, something that he liked being able to work outdoors. At the age of 19, he traveled to Paris to begin his studies, financed by his family. But when Monet is called up for military service, they don't want to pay for his replacement unless he quits that horrible job, so Monet has to go to Algeria. A year later his aunt would end up paying and Monet returns to France. He travels through Europe where he falls in love with the different lights at different times of the day. In the United Kingdom, he discovers Turner, who marks him as no one had done. He begins to try to capture it in paint by means of stains. It was the eye that put them together in the brain, although these ideas were too modern for the time. They were not good times. Monet and his family lived in poverty, but that did not prevent the artist from dressing in the best clothes. He was also a very uncommercial artist, excessively experimental. But it was precisely this that made him famous at the 1874 exhibition. A series of colored spots that represented a better landscape than had ever been represented before, or rather, the impression of that landscape. Monet had discovered his style, which became more radical over time. He tried to capture the moment, the light, the color variations through a series on the same theme, at different times or during different seasons. Gradually, he was accentuating the light effects until sometimes blurring the shapes or even melting them together. In his latest works, mostly water lilies, the form is already practically dissolved in patches of color. Many art historians claim that as Monet suffered from cataracts, the artist saw more and more through a blurry, yellowish filter. In fact, after undergoing surgery, he returned to his previous style for a season. Be that as it may, Monet died at the age of 86, enshrined as a legend. He was practically blind, but when he died he had a brush in his hand. That was all for today's video. Tell us what you thought, and if you liked it, please give us your subscription and your like. This way you support the art community on YouTube. Until the next video, have a nice day.